there's a few. There's a whole lineage though with groups that have been around since then until now, right? It's trippy to watch, right? Because a few things happened in the mix. There was Great White, that band that killed 100 people in that club in Rhode Island.
Oh yeah.
So the same night as Great White, Flam Chen was in Macau, China, playing to like 80,000 like countrymen there on the like Senate Square in Macau. And so the next morning we got up and it's Macau, so we really stand out. We're like really different looking than everyone else in the street. So everyone's like, "Oh, Flam Chen." They all knew us, right? Oh, that show was amazing. Blah, blah, blah. Everyone's all tripping out. And we're like, "Oh, cool, thanks." We go into this cafe we like, and I pick up the South China Post, and it says 100 people dead in pyrotechnic.
Oh.
Like accident. And sure enough, like that was 2003, 4, when we were in Macau, and that happened right then. And sure enough, came back, and there was no insurance anymore. There was no, like, it was all locked down for like a year. And then when it came back with like a homopoy vengeance, right? Like just mail order. I taught myself watching videos. And like where I came from, it was almost like sensei teacher, although not so formal, of like how to learn how to do it right and safety and all the different stuff.
Right.
So it just became like this.
Yeah.
Which is cool. I was totally fine with it. It's just like we just keep changing how we do things or what we do. Now, like our shows, like a Flam Chen show, has a little bit of fire in it, but it's not like a fire show. Like we don't try to be like what do they call it from Europe? The punks. They're like Swedish. Just all uber fire on fire, right? Like, kind of stuff. So we don't we've never been that way. We're more focused on theater and like intention.
So are we.
And creating, and because like honestly, like we had a festival here after All Souls in November, and there was like a fire dancing circle.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh wow, horrible. I was just like, I can't believe it. Just really high girls, and it was just like,
not sober.
It was just like this whole trip, and I just told the promoter, I was like, yeah, dude, that's not for real. It's like that was a poor representation of what, you know.
Have you been cleaning up the scene in the area then?
Well, I helped invent all the code, right? Because back in the day, even in California, we were some of the early groups to play like Nocturnal Wonderland and Electric Daisy, like the late '90s version, right? And so we helped create a lot of the code that everyone follows now, which is like the NFPA, like
fire safety.
And also
we're studying all the videos right now.
The local fire code as well.
We just made a safety first burn or a protocol first burn video because we're working with another company called Sacred Flow Art that connects a bunch of different Etsy creators of the craft and like performance outfits and stuff like that with it. And we got commented on, a really long comment by Ben Drexler. You probably heard of him. He does a lot for the
Drex Factor Poi. And he commented on, and he directed us to all that information that you tell us now. So now we're studying the ins and outs and all the ups and downs of it, so that we can be really specific. Because I do know we have so little room for error when shit like that goes down. It's like that could cut off the entire industry, you know, so if you have a big error. And we go even a step further beyond just everything that's obvious, you know, for the Mundies and for people who don't understand their physicality, let alone their vibration. So we go into the yoga and the qigong and setting the energy for them, being able to pick up intuitively right away something, you know, you might not see something, but you can feel it sometimes. And I'm sure you've been in the game long enough that you can feel when something's about to go up, and you're just like, okay, spider senses are going off. Where's this coming from? Oh, that. Now I can deal with it. So we can make sure and set up this space energetically so that we never have to worry about it again and can keep, you know, on the ball and keep this show rolling, because I mean, it is so much fun and it is so amazing and inspiring, and we want to keep that going and make a friend out of these sort of things, not a potential danger of these things, not make an enemy out of it, you know, because we're always going to be pushing our human potential no matter what. There's no way around that. That's what we're just going to keep doing. So best if we make it errorless, you know, make it flawless. That's really cool that you've been around it for that long. I'm super stoked.
Yeah, and like I'm like 52, right? So
really?
So my group is all half my age or a little better, right? So it's like it's their turn to kind of do, because before I did my job now and performed. So it was typical, right? Like the fire department said he'd be there at 4:30, but now it's it's 5 till 8 and the show's in 5 minutes and my team's all in makeup and costume in a circle breathing.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm in stilts. And I hear, I'm looking for Paul.
Yeah.
Hi, how are you? Nice to meet you.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so we're right about to do the show. Oh, okay. Well, what are you going to be doing? I was like, well, you had a PDF. I'm in stilts. I'm trying to be really calm. I'm like, you had a PDF in your email. That was the show script, the fire safety plan, the map, the overhead of the site, all the stuff. That's what we're doing, and it's about to happen in 4 minutes. So if you could just excuse me and watch the show, because we're going to do it for 4 more nights.
Yeah.
So tonight you came late, and just watch it and enjoy it. If you have, okay, bye.
Very calm, very collected.
To be like, holy fuck, right? And like, so I got so sick of that, because it's just like, so now I just basically make sure everything, and I do a lot of design work, stage and truss and lights and all that stuff. But I also make circus gear, so I make stilts.
Oh, you do?
Oh, wow,
nice.
cool.
Trapeze and lyra and those.
You make lyra?
You make lyras?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's really great.
I've been wanting to get into that for a while. I took some aerial classes, like aerial silk classes for a little while, but the lyra or the lyra is, that's what
It's
I've been
painful,
wanting to do.
but it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I heard
painful.
getting into it, but I mean,
Yeah,
like
you end up
every...
developing some hip calluses.
Yeah. Like every sport, though, it's all a muscle memory, so once you're in the flow of the practice, then it's easier to keep going with it.
I was interested in your perspective and learning from, our elders. What do you recommend as we're getting more into this game? Because I've been into it for like about 5 years, so I'm just like starting to take off and branch out.
It's
and
so varied now too.
I know. I'm doing my best.
So the end of the rave game for us, right, was like 2001 Nocturnal Wonderland, right?
The end of the rave game.
For us, where I was just like, okay, no more. Like, and that was for Insomniac, right? So that's a huge.
That is. They do EDC.
Yeah, it's just below like Live Nation type shit, right? But I got so sick of that whole thing. So the last Nocturnal Wonderland I was a part of, 7 kids died in the gates. It was out on the Lake Havasu Lake Havasu airstrip, like in the middle of nowhere, like, and it's like $10 water and all of the typical like festival stuff. It's just like, but I just stopped because I don't like, it's just ungrounded, and I got sick of that scene of just like ungrounded. And then basically, when Flam Chen started doing those shows with like Pasquale and those guys, we were the only game in town. So it was really unique. He'd pay us really good money to go here, go there, go to the thing, do the thing, right? $20,000, $40,000 bills. Just even like time and materials. Like my crew all makes like $500 each for a long weekend.
Yeah, nice.
And away from home, and it paid all the bills. That's like $25,000. That's
great.
cost.
Wow.
Just to get everything there and be grounded, hotels, right? All the different logistics, right? And just like got sick of doing that for them because they don't do their due diligence. Every stage manager is high. Oh yeah, you're like supposed to be on this stage with Cool Keith right now. Oh, where? Oh, way over there at some other super stage. Oh yeah, great. And where was the schedule? Right, on and on and on. Just the whole ungroundedness. So that one, I got jacked for like $14,000, and it still hasn't been paid. Right. And I'm just kind of like, I'm done, dude. Like $14,000 falls out of your pocket when, like in the end of the night when you take off your pants. It's like $14,000. So yeah, you're gonna jib us for that. So I just got sick of that scene.
Yeah, I could see why.
We got into it because I started with a friend of mine a First Friday Fire show in downtown Grants Pass in Southern Oregon, small rural town, USA. Like 35,000 people, and it started to build really quickly. And I had been trying to build the scene for a while, but it was the same thing. I wasn't so into drugs. It's not that I completely shun it, but it's like, well, we're here to practice and perform and to grow ourselves and to grow this thing.
We
have to do
a sober person on site. It's like disconcerting, right?
Yeah. So I made the rule actually because I was the older. I was putting all the energy into it. The Facebooks, all the advertisements, putting posters up and stuff like that, getting practices together. So I said, no more drinking or doing any sort of drugs at practices or performances. Period. You can do it away from the performance area where I don't know. I'm not gonna grill you for it. But if you show up high or intoxicated or you're doing on it, it's not happening. It's not happening. And literally almost everybody left.
Especially if you're
and I
trying
had
to
to
make
start from
something
scratch.
memorable, right?
And we trained like 6 people from scratch.
We had to start over because everybody basically bailed out.
Yeah, they want the party but not the work.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it was.
Thing.
Yeah. But
So
we
hard
wanted the
sell
actual...
too, like doing like real production takes uber hours and commitment. So
Yeah.
I'm
You
like,
can't really do it when
after
you're high.
practice, after the show, for sure, whatever you need. But if we're gonna focus on this thing, this needs to get you high. So we actually started a festival, a small festival called the Flam Jam. And it was 24 hours of high sobriety, we said. We're like, no one even smokes cigarettes here. We're here to like find ways of getting high without any sort of drugs or any sort of that stuff, just together. And that was from flow arts to yoga and qigong to talks to dancing and lessons and then fire spinning at night and all that stuff and good food, and it was great. It was great, and a lot of people appreciate that. So
I think small intentional festivals are the wave of the future.
Yeah.
Everything's gotten so commercialized to be just blunt.
But we want to get it to this size, what you're doing here.
Yeah, no, I'm stoked. This has been a long time coming, right? This is 20 years of commitment to this.
Good for you. Yeah.
My folks that own this all these properties you see, that thing being done, the Mercado.
Yeah.
We're all built by the same people that are friends of mine. So, but yeah, man, that's a. I have a lot to say on all that stuff, right? Cause I've been around the block so many times.
Yeah.
But there are festivals like Lightning in a Bottle, like,
I've wanted to go to that one.
Me too.
Yeah, but to be honest, like, Live Nation is buying up the world.
What is Live Nation?
Like, Live Nation's the world's biggest concert promoting company. They just bought Cirque du Soleil.
Wow.
For billions.
Wow.
Yeah, they're in everybody's, right? It's like the uber arching. That's the thing about the whole festival game too, is everyone's trying to overarch each other. Like there's Relentless Beats in Phoenix, then like Live Nation comes in and buys some of Relentless Beats' shows, and then the thing Insomniac comes in, Pasquale wants a piece.
Yeah.
And to be honest, like that's really like a bunch of people's
It's competitive.
Like, drugstore.
Wow.
To be honest.
Just do your own thing is kind of the way to go then.
I've seen some extremely controversial things.
I bet.
Extremely illegal things at festivals.
Yeah.
Which is why I also stopped.
Yeah,
We've
been blessed. We've been holding the right vibration, and we tend to just get steered clear or even forced ejected out of those situations. But as we move forward, and we're going around the world, both for world unity and just getting along just as civilized human beings as is, but also on top of that, getting epic and getting real with all the performance arts and all the different stuff that human beings have already created and will continue to. And so we're just thinking as we go ahead, learning from past error or things that may come up, because I know that those situations will. And I'm tired of being set back simply because of someone else's deal, Like, doing everything right, doing everything legit, true to the word. We've done stuff without needing contracts, just good of our word, just being good people, and then someone else is high or forgets or whatever, even though, just like you said, I sent you all the paperwork, we've had this conversation before, don't you remember? And it's like,
not even showing up for themselves.
And I'm starting to learn more about the signs ahead of time, so I know, okay, yeah, interact with these people, let's work with these people. No, don't interact with those people. It's gonna just fall short, And
we have a manifesto and packages I can send you that would give you a lot of info.
That would be awesome.
Our own fire safety packet.
Great.
Yeah.
All that.
That we
We'd
definitely
love
would
to look
love
at that.
any sort of materials to study.
Have you traveled out of the country to do performances?
Yeah.
Yeah. We've been to Europe, China, a lot in Mexico,
That's cool.
a lot in Canada.
How did you get those gigs?
Well, we get them. It's strange now too, because so our peers in France, for instance, make $30 million a year.
Oh yeah.
Street theater.
Yeah. Wow.
Right, but we're in America, so when you say you're a circus performer, they think you're just a ghetto punk, or usually, or even any kind of artist in the States. It's just a different game. If you're in Europe on an airplane and someone asks you what you do, and you say I'm a circus performer, they like perk up, like, oh really? You can say you're a doctor or a lawyer, but it's much cooler to be a circus performer.
Stunts,
some
things
like
like
some like sort of performance artist. Here it's just a different thing, right? It's just, we don't value the arts in this country very much. So. That said, we end up getting gigs via word of mouth, via people finding us and finding the work, like the people flying the balloons or doing a crane act or something like that.
Yeah. Do you guys ever do any street performing and busking and find work through just getting out there and doing your thing?
Yeah, well, when we're brought into busker festivals like the Toronto Buskers Fest,
I haven't heard of that one. That's cool.
A few others, we're busking as a promotion for the main show that the festival's paying for, which is usually like a spectacle-based thing with a crane or balloons or any of the other stuff you've seen on our site. You know, big sort of like finales to events. So we work a lot for cities and festivals, but we're really picky about the festivals, and we're really picky about private clients.
Yeah,
you know,
okay.
Like in like hotels and resorts.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like pick and choose. We're just kind of picky, and we don't bid low at all.
That's something that we've been looking at doing, is connecting with resorts and restaurants with outdoor seating and hotels and things like that.
Yeah, that's a good move. Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, to connect and book gigs.
A buddy of mine who's done some traveling and performing, he said, you go to yacht clubs. They'll, like they're always interested in partying, and they have the money to spend.
Yeah, there's parts of Florida and Miami that are set up for that in the high season to take on gigs. The thing that I've always done lately is I make a bunch of flash drives, like a custom printed. It's like a business card, but it opens up to a flash.
Oh, that's awesome!
And that's like a promo video of the current stylings or whatever's going on, and then how to book us, or whatever. And we work with an agent who she doesn't have exclusive rights though, but we work with an agent.
What does that mean to not have exclusive rights?
Like I can work myself, I can get other work through.
It's not just up to her.
That's nice, yeah.
Okay.
And then we used to go to this thing called APAP, the Association of Performing Arts Presenters, which is like $7,000 a year to go to, probably $5,000 to $10,000 depending on what you're doing.
Yeah.
And we stopped doing that though. It got American presenters, right? Like there's maybe 24 shows in this country that are big public shows that are worth more than $50,000. And I've been in line for each one of those many times, like things like Bumper Shoot.
Yeah.
Or
I've heard of Bumper Shoot.
We've played Monterey and Electric Forest and all that stuff, but there's like the Rochester Fringe, for instance, right? Like, okay, well, our budget's $80,000, so can you make a thing with your balloons and a crane, thing that make a story? Sure, here's the story. Here's a full PDF presentation with hand-done storyboards, the music, blah blah blah.
Wow.
Oh, it looks great, and yeah, it's $85,000. Cool. And then they come back a month later. Oh, well, that's a little too much. Can you lower it? I'm like, well no, because you already saw the budget. I exposed what things cost. This is how much helium costs. This is how much a crane costs. This is how much the insurance for the crane, right? All the stuff.
I'll still be down.
And then, so I don't hear from them, and the next thing I know, I see their press release for like Plasticines Volants from France, which they probably paid them $500,000, but they're from France. And their work is good. Well, their work is good because the French government gave each company in France that was worth a shit $10 million in cash.
Wow.
Like in the 80s, and that's what's blossomed is Plasticine Volants and like generic paper. And and like you've seen the videos of the little giant girl puppet with the elephant. You've seen those things on like YouTube.
I'm not sure.
If you YouTube like little giant girl, you'll see these giant 3 and 4 story tall puppets.
Wow.
On the street in France, and that show that you see on YouTube that they do on the street, it costs like $1 million to present that, and they're booked for like 5 years.
Wow.
Right, but that came from, in the 80s, the French government did a study on where do people see the most art, and they came back, well, people see the most art on the streets. Well, who are the best 20 to 30 street crews in all of France?
Wow.
They came back with a list. They gave all those groups $10 million each. Got state assets. Like my friends like Generic Vapor, they have a building that's 160,000 square feet, 17th century tannery warehouse. One whole section as big as this yard is where they park. It's where we park the tour buses and the semis. Oh, you don't want to go in there. It's a garage. Right?
Yeah.
It's like the wealth is in the arts. It's just even in times of austerity in France, it's still 40 times what we get. Right? So it's just that whole thing with the big festival market, because presenters and promoters want to outdo each other. So if someone brings Plasticines Volant, it means something in the promoter world that you were able to raise $500,000 to bring a group over. Right?
Well, as we move through, I mean, we're away from Europe. We're going to go around the whole world, starting with what's landlocked. So we're going to go all the way down to Patagonia, Argentina, for the solar eclipse in December. And along the way, connect with as many groups and like minds and people with experience like you.
Yeah, you meet a lot of cool people for sure.
Any places or spots that you recommend, or any place that comes?
I've spent a lot of time in Monterrey, Mexico, which is a really interesting city. there's the World Cultures Forum built the Parque Fundadora, which is a 2 mile by 2 mile arts park that was funded with World Bank money. And so they did a big grand opening, and my company and a group called the Carpetbag Brigade spent 16 weeks down there, and we trained stilt acrobats.
Nice.
So people who are already acrobats, we trained them to stilt, and then we trained them in the stilt acrobatic vocabulary, which is very similar to hand-to-hand acro and like the acro balance, but it's just a little different because you're on stilts and you have this other geometry.
Yeah.
So Monterrey is cool. Down in Mérida, down in the Yucatan, is very cool place, very arty, very cool scene of painters and artists.
I've been there before.
And then I have a lot of friends in Bogota. You're going to Argentina? Yeah. So
we're going all the way through Central America. And then
so, you'll go through Bogota. So Bogota has 20 different stilt theater performance groups that live in Bogota.
Wow.
Right? And one of the mainstays is a group called Nem Caracola Teatro. And they're based in Bogota. Really cool kids. Really theatrical. I brought a lot of people to All Souls. If you look back at the history at some point and just scan the site, you'll see, like in 2013, the music group for the grand finale, which is where this gets burned. So every year we create a show with this device that goes through the urn, and it's piled high with prayers and pictures and mementos, and then the show at the end is not really a show, it's more like a pastorella. It's the same show every year, it's just dressed differently, different themes, but the main point is to burn this urn in the air.
Yeah.
And so, like, Burning Man projects helped fund this thing being built. So I designed and built this with a group called Creative Machines here in town. And
it's stunning.
Super.
I could see there's little holes for you to hang it up in the air.
Yeah, that's where the chains hoist it.
Yeah.
And the whole thing. So this has become, what's cool is because fire dancing has everything to do with ancestry. Right? Fire dancing refers to 150 years ago, it took everyone you can see here to get ready for darkness. Just to get ready for dark, it took 5 to 10 people.
Wow.
To get ready for light, fire, food. Right? And so when people, back in the day when like fire dancing was really novel, it was like 24 people in the whole country. When you fire dance, everyone was captivated, and they were captivated not only by like intention and the fact that they hadn't seen it before, but it triggers the medulla oblongata to recognize the sort of primitivism of that vibration and those circles on the iris of your eye. Right? So there's a whole. So All Souls is a really honest, for us, it's a really honest place to put our energy, because it's all about ancestry and history.
I respect that. That's amazing.
That's why we focused that. We stayed in Tucson because of this event. We were on a crux ready to leave in 2003 and 4 because we were touring in China and all that stuff happened. But then Great White happened and all this shit happened, and all we were left with was like no insurance. And the only jobs we did that year in 2004 was for Cirque du Soleil because they didn't need insurance. It's the only work I did that year.
Wow.
So in that, I was going to move, but then the All Souls procession at the end of the year was 10,000 people. We're in so much trouble. This thing's going bankrupt. Because everyone's like, no, dude, this is great. But it's like, no, dude, this is a problem. This event's going to be 100,000 people in like 5 years. And by 2010, 2011, it was 100,000 people.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's like proof in the pudding.
And how often do you guys do shows now?
Now we're in a weird transition. We're getting this space ready, and then my company and my friend Tommy, one of the people working with me, we're creating a new show from the ground up with his band, which is like a Portishead type like Massive Attack live electronic band. Really good, really deep resonant vibe. And so we've been making music videos with them since last summer. We made like 4 really well done videos, well crafted pieces, and from that we're going to create the show. So we intend on premiering that show in this space probably by May, or we'll wait till the fall. And then we're going to take it to Arco Santi, which is up in northern Arizona, which is a really beautiful space, and film it, like perform it, sell like tickets and film it, and then put it out on the market and see where we can take it.
Sweet.
That's awesome.
And we're building a custom pyramid that the show lives in, made from that silver truss on top of that box.
Yeah.
Will turn into a 28-foot tall, 54-degree pyramid.
Wow.
A little sharper than the Great Pyramid.
We have like projects going. I received a vision of finishing this around the world trip and building a 3-story black glass pyramid in Southern Oregon called the Academy of the Heart, which will not only do performances but teach.
Right on.
Yeah, teach all sorts of things and have a garden outside and speakers and music and yeah, all of that.
Do you guys know Aurelia by chance?
Yeah,
Aurelia?
yeah.
So
She gave me my first silk.
So Aurelia is in my company for years.
Oh, really?
Since she was a kid.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, she gave me my first silks lessons.
Yeah, Aurelia's stellar.
Yeah, she's awesome. I see her. I see Jason around pretty often. In fact, he was one of the last people that I saw before we took off on this journey. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. All right. Well, small universe.
Yeah, for sure, man. But send me an email. You just go to info@flamchen.com.
Info. Okay.
.com is me, and I will respond to you with some packets, and you guys can scope the info.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll stay in touch. Thanks so much for a little bit of your
buddy.
time.
Yeah,
man.
and send me your website too, and all the whole thing you got going on.
I'll give you the whole bit. There's we got that ready to present to anybody.
Yeah, I'd like to see your black glass pyramid. That's funny. We're gonna like powder coat this thing black.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Awesome.
I can't wait to see
Alignment.
that up.
I can't wait to see it. When's that hopefully going to be?
I'll probably start that. We've been building the show, like all the props and the different songs, different acts, but we're gonna get to that probably by. The show doesn't rely on that pyramid for this run and for Arco Santi, so I'm planning on this summer to build it. It's gonna cost me. I've already done a lot of the costs, which is that stuff, but I need like $4,000 or $5,000 to do a real like fabrication, nice stainless steel top.
You'll get it.
Yeah.
We'll send a blessing. We'll meditate and pray for you for sure.
Cool.
Well, thanks so much.
Yeah, and I'll just check in your stuff and I'll sign up to whatever your new. Do you have like a newsletter like rolling?
We do
like
an
a
email.
going?
Yeah, we have email. We have a YouTube channel rolling.
We could even just add the info at flamchen.com
Yeah,
to
that's
it.
me.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Yeah.
Cool.
Awesome. That'll have all of our information on it, so you'll get information, what we're doing and how we're doing it, and then links to all of our updates.
Cool, and I'll come up with a list from here to like Argentina. There's a few.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be
Thank
great.
you.
Thank you.
Connections to be like, because you make it all the way down there, it's going to be a journey. So
Yeah, I will.
We're giving ourselves the whole year to do it. Yeah, but so far so good. We're heading into Mexico today, where this will be our last pit stop meeting you.
We're going down to Nogales and then down.
We're actually going to go down into the Cave of Crystals in Delicias.
Wow.
Yeah.
By Chihuahua.
Yeah, in Chihuahua, and then go down from there. A lot of people were thinking we would go Nogales, but no, we're feeling guided to go to those crystal caves, so it's actually we're heading southeast. And then to the Pyramid of the Sun, and then we have gigs in Mexico City waiting for us second week of February.
Cool.
Or the end of the first week, I guess.
Yeah, the end of the first. It's the first weekend.
It's the first weekend of February.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, safe journeys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for taking time and sharing space and all your wisdom with us.
It was perfect. Troy wasn't able to get to our rig. We got his partner Zach to do it for us. So we're safe. We're really good to go.
Right on. Yeah. Troy and Zach are awesome. So you were over at the shop over there?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Saw their
basically all day yesterday.
Their project for the bike path that they've got going.
Yeah.
Like rock looking the steel bridges, look like rocks. That's really cool. All right. Well, we'll stay in touch.
Yeah, Jesse. Yeah, for sure.
Thanks so much.